Well, there's a lot of celebrating going on this time of year. Between proms and graduations, teens may be tempted to drink. In Connecticut, underage drinking is 28% higher than the national average. So what can a parent do? Dr. Geraldine Pearson from the UConn Health Center is here to talk about that, to give us some advice. Thank you for being here. We know some of the telltale signs of drinking, but there are some other subtle signs parents should be looking for.
Well, parents need to look closely at what changes their child or adolescent may be showing. Changes in their schoolwork, in their friends, in their level of energy. And parents can also watch for changes in their grades and how they're doing in their performance. All of these can be telltale signs that something's not right. They may be using alcohol.
And obviously they should look for those signs when they see them. Studies say that teens often, unfortunately, get their alcohol at home. That's what the numbers have been saying, which I'm sure is surprising to some parents. What can parents do to prevent that?
I think that parents need to decide early on with their children what their stance is going to be about drinking. They need to decide whether they want their child to drink in their home or not. They also need to decide what they're going to do with the liquor in their home, if they're going to keep it locked up, if it's going to be accessible. Those are personal decisions people need to make.
Okay. What should a parent do if they do suspect their child has a drinking problem?
Well, the first thing they should probably do is talk to their child and find out exactly what they're doing, see if they'll tell them what's going on, and also acknowledge their concerns and their worries. The second step would be to access one of the many resources that exist in this state for anybody who struggles with an alcohol issue. I often suggest that people call 211, which is info line, and they have trained operators who will get on the phone and will help direct a parent to whatever resource they might need.
With the parties going on right now, with prom and graduation, should they lay some ground rules? Should they make it clear what they expect, what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable in their home?
I think it's a great idea. I think it's very difficult to do. It's very difficult when you don't have complete control over what your adolescent is doing. But I think parents can at the least make their expectations known to that child about what they want them to behave, how they want them to behave, how they want them to act in public.
When you talk to parents about the numbers, are they surprised that it's, the national higher, 28% higher than the national average? Does that surprise them usually?
Well, yes and no. I think parents are very aware of the stresses and the issues with alcohol for their teenagers, and I'm not so sure parents are that surprised. It's a common problem that parents are facing with their kids younger and younger.
Is there a level of denial? Maybe, oh, they're just going through it right now, they're being a teenager, it's not a problem, that type of
I think that's probably true. There's certainly a cultural issue for us all about alcohol and its acceptability as a substance for people to use. Those lines tend to blur between adulthood and adolescence.
But once again, the recommendation, talk to them and find
Absolutely.
help if you have the problem.
Yes.
Dr. Pearson, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.